The Project. Kuwait. Learn. Live.
Hey, everybody. If you want to look like Popeye.
Yeah, listen to this one. This is about forearms.
This is about forearms. Some people might be like, what? Forearms? Well, they're one of the most important body parts, in my opinion. You use them for everything. You know, all grip strength relates back to them, right?
Exactly. So if you can't hold on to it, then you can't lift it.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
we come across that quite a few times in there. We have a little argument about what the best forearm exercises are. And also we talk a little bit about, plus size athletes? We
Yes,
could call
yes.
it. Like, I've hashtag plus size athlete a little bit. It's kind of one of my favorite terms, but just talking a little bit about kind of normal body weight ranges for different sports.
Yep.
And how sometimes they're just a bit of an excuse.
And if you stick around, you will find me introducing an exercise to Liam that he agrees with and likes.
I did.
I will definitely show you that exercise on Instagram. As soon as we launch this episode, I will show you a how-to video because it's a very simple exercise and it will blow your forearms up. And you will see some serious results in 2 or 3 weeks. Trust me, I'm a baseball player.
I was like, 2 years, we see guaranteed results in 2 to 3 weeks.
But enjoy this episode. It's short, it's sweet. You guys will love it.
Yeah, exactly. Just me and Mahdi, just talking breeze.
Just the boys.
All this and more in today's episode.
Welcome to the project. What's up, Liam? What's going on, big guy?
What up?
Or should I say Mr. CrossFit? I mean, coming in here, rocking up the CrossFit bod now, dude. What's going on with that, man?
Okay, so the secret's out. So, yeah, after coming back from China, I've definitely, I knew that I wanted to kind of get back into CrossFit a little bit. I enjoy kind of being able to feel pretty light on my feet and actually be able to run for, more than 100 meters without warming up is a big thing. As we talk about kind of always being ready to go down into the park and play with a kid or anything like that without kind of realistically having to do a 20-25 minute warm up with some foam rolling and band stretching,
stuff,
everything.
yeah.
Obviously that's great for a workout and priming the body to get ready to go, but actually just being able to run up the stairs or something like that without getting too far out of the breath or sweating all the time. And yeah, I felt like that was really important, and that wasn't my focus for the year before. Kind of putting on weight and seeing where I could take the weightlifting was definitely a priority. And I found my body weight kind of capped out at 120. After that, I was uncomfortable.
You're a big boy, dude. That's a big boy.
I was uncomfortable, to be honest. And so the idea.
Did you sleep with an oxygen mask?
Man,
I
slept with my shoulder suffocating me. It was
oh my god,
it was bearing down.
But you were pretty lean though. You were definitely lean. I mean, you were probably hovering what, 10%?
I think I was probably
less.
I was probably about 12.
12%?
I did my percentage the other day, and I'm gone down to about 9. That was earlier this week, early this week. Yeah, man. But kind of my idea of I've always been heavy. And so my idea of what a big athlete is compared to a little athlete, compared to how good they should be at different sports, is massively changed. Just because I've had to look inside myself rather than looking at other people as examples. And you kind of get in most sports, you always get one big guy or someone who's a freak. Everyone thinks they're a freak of nature.
Yeah,
or
man,
something.
that's me every time I walk on the field.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's probably a few kind of baseballers and stuff like that,
but
who body shape-wise.
Just so the crowd knows, that's a joke. I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'7" and a scrapper.
On a good day.
on a good day, I'm 5'7". Oh, man, that's harsh, dude. The sad thing is if I throw a sandbag at you, you're catching it. You chuck a sandbag at me, it's winding me.
Well, I'm sure in most sports, there's some person who's body shape-wise is an anomaly. They're completely different.
You always have the freaks.
So, you've got, even in basketball, most people are tall, when actually you've got some really successful short guys, genuinely short guys.
Yeah. What's his name? Muggsy Buggs, right? It was Muggsy Buggs. He was wicked short, and he was he was 5'6" short. And
yeah.
He was just an anomaly. He was insane with the ball, and he could dunk.
Yeah. You got Iverson and guys like that who are they're shorter than significantly shorter than the average. And so actually there's always an anomaly. And I don't know how I found that I was okay at CrossFit. I'm by no means really good, by no means. But I actually, for what I can kind of do gymnastically, I have a different idea of what other people should be doing now as well. So when people come to me and say, hey, I'm 100 kilos, I'm going to find gymnastics. I can't do this gymnastics move. I can't do pull-ups because I'm 100 kilos. You go, okay, I'm 110, 115 on a good day.
Yeah.
And like, I can do pull-ups.
Yeah.
So like, it's just a matter of relative strength. And yes, it's going to be harder for you to be good at CrossFit or something like that, or whatever sport you're doing if you're outside of that normal range. But it just means that when you do it right, actually you can use those strengths that come with being outside of the normal range. So either being heavier, like, so realistically you should be a little bit stronger, probably got more muscle mass.
Yeah, but usually that's a buildup though. I mean, you were just telling me a little while ago, you did 10 bar muscle ups. Now, for people that don't know Liam, this is the exact, he's probably about 5'11", 6'1", maybe, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm like 6'4".
Right, let's bring it to real life. Don't listen to the first few episodes when I say he's 6'7". He's really around like 6 feet, probably, something around there. You know, he's, you're what, 110, 115?
Yeah, like to this week, like I'm 110.
He's 110 this week, everybody.
Yeah, like I'm going down.
He's going down.
Going down.
You should have seen him a couple weeks ago. He just looked like a friggin' beast. He looked like something out of WWE. But you know, to see this guy in the Battle of the East, what he was just doing, dude, like gymnastics, like you are one of those genetics freaks, but you've put in the work.
Yeah,
you've done the mundane stuff to get to that aspect. You know what I mean? So it's different when you have that base.
Yeah.
And you can command your body in that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know.
I think there's obviously like the general skills of kind of like, coordination, blah, blah, blah. Like moving a heavier arm is going to be harder than moving a lighter arm, things like that. But also, I've always trained with people who are lighter than me because most people are lighter than me.
You got to keep up with them.
But yeah, so your understanding of what a body should do, like you're going, rather than making excuses for being big, you're actually just going, hey, like I'm just going to ignore it and I'm just going to try and work as hard as this guy next to me. He may be 30 kilos lighter, but if I can get anywhere near him on a run or in gymnastics, then like, hey, you're doing pretty well.
It's a win. Dude, it's the other way around for me. I mean, you're the big guy that's looking at the lighter people. I'm the lighter guy that's looking at the bigger guys.
Yeah.
You know, which sucks,
like
dude.
Strength-wise and things like that.
Strength-wise, every Friday I lift with you. Dude, I'm PRing.
Yeah.
You know, which is amazing because, and you know, there are a lot of guys that have come out with this. A lot of quotes come out with the same, you know, pretty much the same thing. Surround yourself with people that are better than you. And surrounding myself with guys like you at the gym, it's only pushing me to get a lot stronger. You know, but even keeping up with you in a WOD, I'm just kind of like.
Well, I think it's not so much. It doesn't really matter about like ego or like lifting with other people like who are kind of amazing, but it's more just understanding. Like when you see someone else doing something that you find hard, like it makes it like possible.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's, you don't no longer think, oh, it's impossible or only that guy on Instagram can do it. It's like you go, hang on, there's a guy right in front of me doing it right now.
But putting yourself in that environment and having that resource, like, dude, I never thought in a million years I would do a bar muscle up. Never. I swear to God, I never thought I'd get to that. I never thought I'd do a handstand walk. But being around guys like you, Dane, Rob, it's pushing me, you know, like I'm not there. Someone said to me last week or a couple weeks ago, sorry, they're like, dude, you can't call yourself Average Joe on the show anymore.
Yeah, man, you're not average, man.
I was like, what do you mean, dude? He goes, you're not average. I was like, dude, I'm so average, it's not even funny. He's like, no. He's like, I'm average. I can't do a bar. I can't do this. I can't do that. I was like, but you can. You know, it's making the time for it. And I'm not power cleaning or snatching what you're doing, dude. That's just like, you know, that's on a whole different level. You know, I'm lucky if I can clean, you know, 225. Yeah. You know what I mean? You saw it last week. I did it once and then just fell on my ass afterwards. But, you know, I still am in that average category because I do work the 9 to 5. I do have all of that versus.
You're trying to like justify yourself being in the average category right now.
I know, dude. I know. It's so bad. It's so bad. Because I was priding myself on being average Joe on the show. But then when someone called me, I'm like, dude, no, man. You know, I'm still average, dude. You know, like, it's all good.
Yeah, man. You're going to have to justify it every week. You're going to have to like stop being so good. Like, that's what it is. You're going to have to just
I'll take that as a compliment, man. I'm going to get cocky. That's it, dude. That's it. Gloves are off. Battle of the East, Masters category. I'm coming. I'm going to kick all your asses.
That's it, man. That's it. But, I mean, as we were saying about kind of putting the work in, you've got to be spending that actual time, like, to find your weaknesses. So, like, as a big guy, realistically, to do gymnastics, I'm going to have to be holding onto the bar with a heavier weight than most people.
Yeah.
Like, so for most people listening to the show, most guys, if you imagine putting on a 20 kilo weighted vest and then adding like another 10 kilos, like to strapping it to you, that's where you get to about my body weight.
I know, dude. I
mean,
know.
most people are like 80 kilos, right? Like
what?
80 kilos average male. I know, I probably maybe not like athletic male.
Athletic, yeah. I'd probably say around like 86,
yeah,
87.
It's got to be like 85, 85-ish around there. So realistically like 25 kilos heavier than I am right now. Lighter than I am right now. Yeah, so imagine with the weighted vest carrying that around all day.
Wow.
And then, but
Well,
then,
dude, once you drop that weight, you're going to fly up the bar.
that's the thing. So like, I'm not going to drop much more than that. I registered the other day at 9%. So realistically, I only really have like 1% to lose until like I start to go into that potentially unhealthily low amount of fat range.
Yeah.
So like you don't really, especially like if you're lifting heavy weight, you don't really want to go too much lower than that.
Which makes sense.
Fat's good to have.
Yeah, you need it. Mass. I mean, it's probably like, jockish of me to say, but mass moves mass.
Yeah,
the bigger you are, the more weight you're going to move.
But I mean, like you need protection as well. So like the protection around your organs, protection around your joints, everything like that, like that's mostly fat. So I mean, like actually fat, water, like you need to be holding on to
you got to go on Instagram, dude. You got to see these guys hovering around 2%, man. They got no fat.
Doing that one workout a week.
I know, dude. Doing the one workout a week with 22 courses. You know how it goes.
Jesus, man. But so you got to be putting the work in. But also, sorry, I completely forgot where you were going with that. But said the.
All right, I forgot where I was going to.
you were saying about kind of getting down in weight. Yeah. So like, I'm not going to go that much lower. And so actually, like my perception of what a normal weight is, where other people would be like, okay, I need to be at 85 kilos to compete well in CrossFit. Because if I look at everyone in CrossFit Games, for example, like all of them are average 85 to 90 kilos, for example. So that's how much I need to be. Okay, that's not the case, because actually you might be this genetic anomaly, someone who's completely different, but you can still do all the skills.
Yeah.
You can still be just as fit. You might have already put most of the work in to be that case. Like you're just heavier. The lightest I can possibly get to, the lightest I've been like in recent years is like 102.
Oh, wow.
And that is me eating like nothing.
Yeah, so that's like you being a skeleton.
Like I am like eating very, very little at that point. Like whenever I post a picture of me when I was 102, people are like, who the hell is this on Instagram? They're like, that new phone, who this? Like all the time. And so like I don't look anything like I do now. And so like that is me super light.
Yeah.
And probably I'm fitter when I have like 3 or 4 extra kilos on me. So like realistically, I might be able to go down to like 108, but that'd be my comfortable weight. I can enjoy my food. I can still work out. I can still recover and sleep well and everything like that. But yeah, so it's important to kind of understand that like your body might be a lot different from other people's bodies.
I mean, and dude, like big guy like you, all right? And I'm segueing into this now. The grip strength part. Because I got a question on the grip strength. I mean, you were going to segue into that. I'm going with the gymnastics. Yeah, thing. I know you're still going on that. So I was like, all right, let me just segue into this now, because we're keeping this one short. Everybody, we gave you guys a long episode last time.
I think we talked for too long last time,
dude. Last time, last time a lot of people liked it.
Knowledge bomb.
It was. I got a lot of good feedback from that episode.
Yeah,
like the whole strongman thing. I got like 3 of my buddies that are like, yeah, I'm doing strongman now.
Yeah,
and they're like, we want to see yours and Liam's workout. I was like, inshallah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, we got to do that. We got to post that. We got to post that. Yeah, we got to post that workout.
Damn, okay.
But going back into that, big guy requires a lot of grip strength. I got a question in general from a baseball player, again, on forearms. Because in baseball, swinging a bat requires like strong forearms.
Yeah,
you got to have the Popeye forearms. You see a lot of ball players; they've got these big, massive forearms to swinging the bat, the wrist, everything. Now I know what my exercises would be to strengthen my grip, along with, and a lot of them actually are more of the hypertrophy type of exercises for forearm strength. It's reverse curls, but what are some of the other things that you think you could add into that?
You know what? Like
we'll break down the exercises right after this.
Absolutely love farmers carries.
100%.
Just like
100%.
Even if you're not going to walk anywhere with them, just picking up heavy stuff and holding it, standing there. Like the best thing, or you can have pinch grip holds.
I was just going to say that, dude. Pinch grip hold, dude, those are murderous. Those are murderous. If you can do a pinch grip hold with 20 pounds, all right, 20-pound plates in each hand for more than a minute, give me a call, all right?
You know, like I think I saw like a long time ago, Klokov doing pinch grip holds into a plate flip and catching a pinch grip hold again.
Oh, it's insane, dude.
So I did this with a couple of my clients before, and actually like that will light you up. So
it does,
just hold in and then the flip and then catch.
I used to go hand to hand.
Yeah, like
hand
little
to hand.
Like
I keep it light at about. Usually, I think I'd use a plate that was around 5 kilos.
Yeah,
and even that, after doing that, like for baseball players, that is great hand-eye coordination too. it really requires you to focus.
Do it over your own feet as well, and then you won't
Yeah,
you're not gonna catch it.
yeah, dude.
That's
Yeah.
to get some danger in there.
Yeah, I know, right, dude? But another one is, have you ever run the rack?
Which one's that?
Like
So
run the rack.
going-
You're just basically doing forearm curls.
Yeah.
And you run the rack. I usually
Okay,
go from
so-
biggest weight
Yeah,
all the
heavy
way
to light.
down to the lightest weight. I'll do 3 sets of that.
Yeah.
Dude, if you want to impress the girls, all right, because it was a 17, 18-year-old kid that asked me,
Yeah.
you want to impress the girls? Do that on a Thursday night before you go out, okay? And your forearms,
Yeah.
you'll have veins
Yeah, man.
popping out, dude.
Forearms are they're like the big illusion. That's what makes your arms look massive.
I know, dude. It's like you ever see the movie Friday Night Fever or Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta?
That's old school.
That's real old school. I think he does push-ups right before he goes out to get the pump going. It's a real thing,
It's
though.
a genuine
dude.
thing.
I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of a lot of jerks doing that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of my buddies, they're like, "Yeah, I want to get my chest big." I'm like, "Dude, you're such an idiot, man."
And gotta get that pump on.
I know, dude. I know.
The Friday night pump.
Just go to the nearest gym.
But yeah, like anything, even heavy deadlifts. So like a lot of people ask me, okay, what's the best grip for deadlifts? And like the best grip is the one you can hold the weight with, obviously. But what I'd usually do when people are working up to like a heavy double or triple of their 1 rep max, start with a like supinated grip.
Yeah.
So that's like your palms facing up. Like this is a grip that most people never use with a barbell unless they're going to pick it up and do barbell curls, right?
Yep.
So start deadlifting with that. That gets the biceps involved. Obviously gets the forearms involved in a different way. It's the weakest grip. So when we start to fail with that, we go both overhand.
Just a safety announcement. If you are new to a gym, all right, seek professional opinions before you go and do this. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't just go and grab
this is with lightweights.
Yeah,
so like
yeah,
as you're working up.
Yeah, like
So,
let's
like,
let's make sure these guys know that.
So
Don't
say-
grab a 150 kilo
please
barbell
don't. Damn,
you
man.
know, and try and reverse curl it, dude.
But like, so we're saying, like, say for example, your max is 200, and you're going to work up to that. Like, say with 60 kilos or 40 kilos, that's your supinated grip, so your palms up, and then you might go to like 80 or 100 with overhand. And then when things get a little bit hard, then we can go to the mixed grip that you don't prefer.
Yeah.
So the one that like actually you don't automatically go and grab the bar in a mixed grip, like not that one, the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be one hand facing up, one hand facing down. And then when you get to like right up high with your percentage, then you go to the one that you love, like the one that is like the stable grip for you.
Yeah.
So you can train your grip at the same time as doing your deadlift work, so you can get even more working.
See, going to the deadlift, I agree with all of that. Usually, typically what I do is I'll go with a normal grip all the way until I hit about 330 pounds. Once I hit 330, 340, my grip starts to give out. So then I'll go with one reverse and one normal. But here's the key. I'll do a set of like 8, for instance, or 6 or whatever, and I'll alternate 4 and 4.
Yeah.
So that I know mentally that whatever strength I'm building in one arm or one side of my body, I'm building in the other side of my body.
Yeah, you know, that's a really important point, and that's something that really fries my head.
What, not to walk around lopsided?
It's people who always mix their grip and always use the same side. Like if you're doing something that's unbalanced, you're gonna like develop different balances, man.
Patterns are gonna be horrible.
And I'll tell you this because and I'll say like people did it before. I did it before. I did it for a long time.
Yeah.
And I tore my bicep.
Oh, you tore your bicep?
It's like there's only one of 2 injuries I've ever had.
Wow.
Like most major
that's
injury.
brutal.
And like, I tore my bicep because I was constantly like left hand up and right hand down. And so I was constantly deadlifting this way. And I had like a 200 kilo deadlift when I was like 18. And so like I was doing like a lot of weight on like pretty small muscles. And my bicep had a lot of tension. And eventually like pulled it, had a bad technique, tore it. And so actually like my grip strength wasn't enough with my bicep strength and the balance wasn't there. And so actually like it was just getting overloaded and it went, which is going to happen.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the grip strength is super important because also if you can't hold on to something, then you can't lift it.
Yeah, if you can't hold on to it, don't try and lift it.
Yeah,
I think that's the best.
You could go into straps now as well. I mean, like people using straps all the time.
Dude, ditch the straps. If you're not a pro, ditch the straps. It's like, to me, in my opinion, it's one of the worst illusions you could give yourself. Because I used to use straps. And when I was using straps, there wasn't anything I couldn't pull off the ground.
Yeah.
You know, but then you're running the risk of injury.
Okay.
You're running so many different risks.
Yeah.
And that's how I messed up my back a few years ago, is because I was wearing straps and I was being a jerk. You know, I threw, I think, 230 kilos on the bar and I got it off the ground. I looked like a dog taking a shit.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? As soon as I put that damn bar down, I just felt this twinge in my back and I couldn't walk for a couple days. Yeah. Like it was just the pain that radiated all down my leg. That was bad.
So
that was really bad.
I would say, like with straps have their time and place. Like they're really important in some ways, and they shouldn't be overused.
It depends on what level you're at. Your level, I've seen you use straps, but at your level, it's different. Like there is a different use for it.
Yeah. So that's with regards to weightlifting. So with weightlifting, I would like leave that for more advanced people who understand why they're using them. Like there might be a time when actually like they're doing so much weightlifting in a week that they need to give their forearms a little bit of a rest because you're lifting so much. Like you're going to use straps. Cool. For bodybuilding, however, we can use straps to take out the weakest part of the body.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I've got a kick-ass story. Finish what you say. I've got a really good story.
We can use straps to take out the weakest part of the body, which is the forearms.
Yep.
Yeah. But we don't want to neglect the fact that actually we need to work those forearms. So just the same as we were saying about working up. When we're working up the weight, like we would try to use the weakest grip and things like that. So we're using the weakest grip, then come into the strongest grip as it gets heavier and heavier. If you're thinking that like your strongest grip, then past your strongest grip is using straps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if we're like, say we're trying to overload the back muscles, maybe on a lat pull down. Yeah.
I was just going to, that's my story. That's my story. Finish what you were going to say, dude, because we're running out of time.
So man. if we wanted to overload a lat pull down. And actually, like, like it's back day, something like this. Again, this is a more advanced technique, but this is a time when you might use straps. Like, say, okay, right, you're doing loads of lat pull downs, and actually, like, the only reason you can't do any more is because your wrists are blowing up.
That was
Yep. And so then, putting straps on so that you can hold on to the actual machine properly.
It's not even hold it onto the machine. It's to go into it. All right. I gotta go. I'm itching to tell the story. So I was the jerk that walked around with the straps on all day.
Yeah.
Okay. When I was hypertrophy,
always hanging off.
Yeah, dude, they were always hanging off because I was relying on them so much at one point.
Yeah.
And when I was doing my lat pull downs, it turned into me just wrapping the straps around and putting the lat pull down machine on like 120 kilos.
Yeah.
And, just kind of, not even really using my grip, but just pulling it down.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a benefit to that because you're feeling the weight. So there is a benefit. But the biggest drawback is you're not getting the full workout in by activating your wrists. You're not getting that forearm burn. You're not getting your biceps involved.
Yeah.
And it killed me because once I ditched the straps, it was tough for me to pull down 86 kilos because my grip was so weak. So that's like I was the asshole walking around with straps.
Learning from that experience, like there's definitely a time and place to use straps, but it should be used like at the end of like the overload set, like when actually you can't hold on to the bar anymore, or you can't hold on to the pull down machine anymore, or like you can't hold on to the barbell for doing deadlifts anymore, but you still have strength left in different body parts, and like that's the focus for your training session. But it should be after you've worked the forearms, because otherwise you're still not going to be able to actually pick the weight up. And we're talking about kind of being a little bit more functional in our lifestyle. Like, not saying that, like, obviously functional is a huge key word right now, but it's like actually saying...
Like everyone and their mother's using it.
Like, we obviously talked about it a lot in the last episode about saying, like, we want to be able to carry our groceries. Like, actually, how's it stupid is going to look if you're, like, 110 kilos, got a great back, but you can't hold on to 5 bags of shopping because you haven't trained your forearms?
Makes sense.
Like, it's gonna be stupid, right?
So let's give our breakdown of the exercises that we know. We talked about farmer's carry.
Farmer's carry.
I'd say trap bar carry is kind of like farmer's carry. I'd throw it in the same category. Let's go to the hypertrophy side. You got reverse wrist curls. Do you prefer wrists hanging off the bench or hanging off your knees? On the reverse,
I would prefer, to be honest, the pinch grip hold over the curls.
I don't know, dude. See, if I got my elbows propped up with a bar, light bar usually, and I'm doing the, I call it the baseball curl. Because you could either do it with a bar or you could do it with the cable pulled machine. You just pull the cable down a little bit and, you just curl the wrist.
For me, though, like the likelihood of someone doing it wrong is much, much higher with a wrist curl. Like, you can't do a pinch grip hold wrong.
You can't. How often are you going to screw up a curl? You're just curling your wrist. All right, no, forget the reverse.
Is the camera on?
All right, forget the reverse.
This is me swinging.
Forget that. All right, what about just simple forearm curls? Just regular forearm curls, hands rested on the bench, bars on your hand. That one, you could screw that one up too. If you use if your weight is too heavy.
So this is it. Yeah, like I think when I'm thinking of like most effective exercise, I'm thinking simple first. And like for me, like if we're training to carry heavy stuff, like carry heavy stuff.
Yeah.
I always try to make it as simple as possible because then people can learn as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
They're less likely to injure themselves. And so, yeah, for me, like a wrist curl has a higher risk. It's not high risk, but it has a higher risk than like just holding on to something in a pinch grip fashion.
I agree with you 100%. You can't screw that one up. You can't really screw that one up.
Actually, you know for well that if you're in that pattern, your wrists are isometrically locked, you're getting strength work, you're getting contraction in there.
I still advise go with the wrist curl. I mean, you can't screw that up. If you do, look, your forearms are like your calves. It's a muscle that you can constantly work.
Yeah. They can stand a high volume.
So you can go with a high volume and lightweight. One exercise I'll give young baseball players, and this is something that my coaches taught me when I was a kid. You just take a broomstick, tie a rope to the top, tie a 5-pound weight on the bottom, roll it up, roll it down. You do that 10, 15 times.
That's way better than a wrist curl, man.
That's the same thing. It's a wrist curl, dude.
Yeah, but that's way better.
It's a wrist curl. It's
the
exact same thing.
Way better than sitting on a bench and doing this, though. Way better, man. I like that one a lot.
There's a lot more action.
That's a really, really good one.
Dude, it's a really good exercise. You want to talk about a forearm burn? Dude, when we go to the gym, I'm going to bring a freaking broomstick.
I'm agreeing with you.
I know, but no, I want you to try it, dude.
I've tried it. I'm agreeing so much. It's so good. It's really, really good. I think you were prepared mentally for me to disagree with that.
I know, dude. I really thought you were going to. I was like, all right, he's going to shit on this. What's my next line coming up?
Man, it's good. I really like that. But again, like these are, like, it's mainly because we're following movement patterns that we find most on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. Like wringing a towel. Things like that, like you find out, like when
literally, that's a good one. Yeah,
if you haven't got a broomstick and a rope, you could literally get a t-shirt, or a towel, 100%. And just try and soak it in water and wring all the water out. Like, you're gonna get a forearm.
One thing guys shouldn't do is if your forearms are not built or your grip is not built to this standard, do not throw a towel over a bar and try doing pull-ups.
Oh no, don't
do it. Don't do it because I'll tell you right now, you're gonna hurt yourself. And I did that.
Simple first, man. That's it. Like, just go simple first. Like, that's so unnecessary.
Yeah, I did that. I did that a few years ago. Like, I'd never thought of it. And I was like, oh, shit, I saw this on Instagram. Why don't I try it?
Before you do that, like
4 months of recovery.
Before you do that, like, try doing a pull-up on a rope.
Yeah.
Have a go at that. And then if you can't do a pull-up on a rope,
I'd still say don't even do it. Try doing a normal pull-up.
You know what I mean? Just simple first, man. Simple first.
But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us for this quick episode. We hope we gave you a good and detailed, forearm episode.
Yeah, we talked a lot about forearms.
But it's such a key muscle that you all need to take care of, and you should train.
If you can't hold it, then you can't lift it.
Yep.
That's it.
Have a good one, everybody.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. You can also find us on Instagram at The Project Kuwait. Thank you, and join us next time.